In 1914, many Germans, Austrians, and Turks lived or travelled in British Empire locations around the world. Many had not been back in their homeland for years or even decades. The outbreak of war in August 1914 came as a shock. All of a sudden, they were targeted as enemy aliens. Men were interned in camps across the British Empire. 3,000 of those civilians were interned in the Union of South Africa. They had not committed a crime. All were locked away just because they held the wrong passport at the wrong time.
My darling, it was so difficult to say farewell. I spent the first night away from you in a police cell in Durban, and then they herded us onto a train to Pietermaritzburg, where I am now stuck with thousands of our countrymen. The place where they keep us is called Fort Napier. I live with 50 others in one barrack. The space is very crowded. Guards look down on us from their watchtowers, guns in their hands. I cannot pretend that the situation is good, but there is a certain order and discipline that so far has helped me to stay in a positive frame of mind. I'm sure this war cannot last long and we will be reunited soon enough.
In May 1915, the passenger liner Lusitania was sunk by a German U-boat, killing over 1,000 British and American citizens. This sparked a wave of hostility against anyone with a Germanic surname. In Johannesburg, Cape Town, and Durban, the mob ruled. German shops and homes were targeted.
I might be in freedom, but do not feel free. Nobody speaks to me and the children anymore. The newspapers call us enemy aliens. Do you remember Bauman's bakery in Point Road? Or her Bartholomew's jewelry shop? Or her Eberhard's little shop? All burned and looted. Maybe I should take the children and move to Pietermaritzburg, just to be near you.
Conditions in the Fort Napier camp were generally good, better than in the camps where the British had interned the Boers only 15 years earlier. Food portions were sufficient and there was some medical care. Nonetheless, the internees suffered greatly, being locked away from the world for 4 years, losing their jobs and worrying about their families. Many suffered from a psychosis, the so-called barbed wire disease. They were depressed because they had no privacy and nothing meaningful to do for years on end. The greatest enemy was boredom. In order to mitigate depression, prisoners found a wide variety of ways to pass the time.
I am trying to make the most of the situation and keep myself busy. With some others from my hut, we have started an athletics club and we are doing regular training and tournaments. I attend a French language class and have taken up painting. I have also been carving toys for the children and cannot wait to see them playing with them. Thinking of you and the children is the only thing that keeps me from going mad. I pull myself together, but what is the point when nothing at the moment has meaning? Why am I here at all? I am not an enemy alien. I just want to go back to work and have a quiet life.
As the war dragged on, many women and children fell into destitution because the breadwinner of the family was gone. Some families were evicted from their homes and could not find anywhere to rent.
We have now moved to Pietermaritzburg to be closer to you. We can see the prison walls and barbed wire from the outside. I know in my heart you are inside there, somewhere. The English in Pietermaritzburg have organized themselves into a group called the Vigilance Committee. They want to throw all Germans out of their accommodation. Last week they summoned my landlord. They ordered him to throw me and the children out, otherwise they would destroy his shop. Nothing has happened since then, but I'm fearing the worst. This war has already taken so much from so many people.
The situation has now boiled over. It started when the Prime Minister, Louis Botha, visited the camp last month. Our representatives told him that our mood had risen to fever heat. They demanded that we should either be released or given more freedom. When there were no improvements after his visit, the riots started just a couple of huts down from mine. Some inmates used paraffin to burn down several buildings. Some of the rioters pulled down a piece of barbed wire but did not manage to escape. Police and troops from Durban were brought in to suppress the riot. After all that excitement, we have realized that there is nothing we can do. It feels like we have all been forgotten. I hope that I hear from you soon and we will one day see each other again.
When the guns fell silent on 11 November 1918, the world went back to peace. But for the internees, the war was far from over. They were kept as a bargaining chip during the peace negotiations and only gradually released from April 1919. Many of them were deported to Germany, scarred for life. The story of internment was also far from over. Only a generation later, the Nazis in Germany established the most brutal internment camp system the world has ever seen. In the 1950s, the British established a network of prison and torture camps in Kenya against anti-colonial Mau Mau activists. Today, Guantanamo Bay is a stain on American freedom, and the Chinese government suppresses and imprisons its Muslim Uyghur minority in vast internment camps. The story of public violence against minorities is also not over. It still occurs in countries around the world, not least in South Africa, where the immigrants from other African countries are discriminated against and attacked. Nobody is an enemy alien just because of their passport, the color of their skin, or their beliefs.